I'm not going to do a whole hour today, so y'all going to have to get it in quick.
Pause.
Right. First one in, let me know if y'all hear me. Let me know if I'm clear. But welcome to the nation, y'all. I'm your host, the tour guide, president. I'm the king around here. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. Peace. First one in. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Am I clear? Trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation. Leave us a super thanks or super chat or a cash app, whichever y'all feel like doing. Y'all don't be listening. I'm saying, always want to do what they want to do, so it's all good. Got options. When you writing on the walls here, aka leaving comments, we like to refer to it as writing on the walls, doing graffiti, because Monster Nation is a hip hop nation, right? Spell the names of our dignitaries correctly, meaning like all of your Rockness monsters. It's monster, not monster. It's an A, no ER. It's ROCK. That's your Crips. Crips get a little pass or whatever, but you got to put a little cuz in your in your message so we get it. But it's helter skelter, not helter skelter. It's A's and H's, no E's and R's. And it's Boot Camp Click, aka BCC, not BBC,
Pause.
meaning Big Black Never Mind. Pause protesters, get your ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? We are pause practitioners. It's fun to us. I know I did that with a frown, but it's fun. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's not a phobia. It's a funny. You know what I mean, it's a funny bone. Pause. All right, so it's Ugly Truth Tuesday. You know what I'm saying, listen to what Panda Chop said. Salute to Panda Chop in the building. Run them numbers up. Run them likes up. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, run the likes up. So yeah, ugly. So to anybody new here, we can get it started. It's, people in here. Ugly Truth Tuesday is where I do a Q&A thing. I don't just come to talk about whatever I'm talking about. I allow you to ask me whatever questions you want to ask me, as long as they don't get nobody indicted, arrested. You understand what I'm saying? And nothing like that. So whenever you ready, I got my glasses on. I don't have my lovely assistant here to assist me today, so we on our own. All right. So while y'all come up with y'all questions, I would like to talk about y'all boy academics. Academics is quite entertaining right now. I'm not a fan of academics, but I'm not going to go. I try to be respectful with everybody I might critique or criticize or talk about when I'm more here, but sometimes I have trouble when it comes to act. I get a little bit triggered. Certain people trigger me. Certain people, when I feel like you non hip hop and you disrespecting hip hop, when you non street and you disrespecting the streets, I feel like I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. So my bias lands against that, against those types or whatever. Are there some questions? Are there some questions? Light another and elevate on this one, my brother. Yeah. So characters like him. There's some characters I don't even mention on this channel. You understand what I'm saying? Like yeah, what's his name? Charleston Chew. I don't even talk about son. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't, so that's I have my standards. I'm not here to explain all my bias, but yeah, your boy act crashing out online. I talked about it yesterday. Some things that I was freestyling, some things that I left out. But I feel like he's he's saying his crash out is what he thinks to be textbook crash out. I'm saying he's saying all of the things that he thinks a street nigga or a cool, in crowd type of dude would say under these circumstances. But it's wild. Um, so yeah, I'm looking and reading your comments. Just a reminder, If you read the title, it's Ugly Truth Tuesday. This is where y'all ask me questions. Anything y'all want, as long as it don't get nobody indicted. You know what I'm saying? And I'll answer it. Caveat is I answer it using in my ugliest truth. I'm not going to be politically correct. If y'all slipping and y'all asking me something that could get somebody indicted or in trouble or something like that, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let y'all know that that's what it is. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna spin it. I'm not. I'm keeping it 100. So, what's your questions? First question. I don't see no questions. What y'all up to? Um, let me see. Oh yeah. How was your writing process? How has from who's this? Side Fames or Side in Films. How has your writing process changed compared to when you first started? I mean, I write on the phone now. I don't use paper as much, but I want to say that's it. Because I will still write on paper. I write on a paper bag. I write on a napkin if that's my only option, and I've always been that way. You know what I mean? When I write on the phone, it allows me to, it allows like it takes away all of the scribbling, the scratching out, the mistakes. It takes away like sometimes if I like if I don't have like if I'm writing a 16 and I'm writing and I get stuck at let's say the sixth bar, but I know what I want to say after that, it's a lot easier to just you know what I'm saying to just go ahead and say what you want to say after that and then get back to it and everything is left neatly. Understand what I'm saying? Next question. Uh, somebody said, "Good morning, Snoop Dogg." No, I would rank on you, but please believe I don't need you to have your paper there to cut your ass. I mean, I don't need you to have your picture there to rank on you, right? But I've heard I've ever since my first time going to Cancun. Well, I've only been to Cancun once. But when I went to Cancun, they were referring to me. They was calling me Snoop Doggy Dog, Snoop Doggy Dog, all the whole trip. Do I miss the old days? Question from J4056. Yes, I do. I think we all do though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the days we love. I got a rhyme where I kind of said, some would say them was the days. Bitch, why? Pigs, ops, friends knock to this day. Nigga, nah. So Then I say, then again, nah, shit was live. None of my niggas had died yet from my click from the block from my set, but the profess progress. You know what I'm saying? Rewind that and say those bars. Somebody spell Helter Skelter wrong. That's in the rules. Because of that, I'm not going to shout you out, but I'm going to answer your question. Yes, there will be another Helter Skelter album. We're working on it right now. Thank you, Kyle. Apology accepted, Mike. All right, so what we got next? What we got next? What we not? Why? Remember, let me remind y'all. Ugly Truth Tuesday. Ask me anything, as long as it don't get nobody indicted, arrested, or attacked. I don't know. Attacks. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? But indicted and arrested, that's on me. That's me. I got y'all. I'm not. We not doing none of that. All right. So what's that? Rick. When you and Sean P did that freestyle on line 5, were you really blown away by Sean P's verse?
Pause.
I believe we did two freestyles on line 5. I'm not sure. I think that the second one was in a different location. Which one are you referring to? I mean, if I seemed blown away,
Pause.
I was. So I mean, I think it's safe to say that. I think you're talking about the second one. Who's that? Mikola Mikola J Bud, Mikolaj. Yo, where are you from? I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn, sir. Salute to Poland in the building. Let me see, Rock. It's this Papa Ranks. Let me see, Rock. The Bells, early 2000s in Los Angeles. I got a picture of y'all backstage. I got pictures of y'all back. Let me know if you want them. Hell yeah, I want them, B. Send them to my Instagram, Rockness BCC. Why did you, James D7, so on and so on. Why you choose to live in AZ? Following my baby girl. You know what I mean? My daughter's mom is from California. And when she was pregnant, we moved to New York. And she ain't like that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Didn't work out so well. So, when she just, this was, she had family here. So, um, she and I kind of, she and I broke up, and she decided to go. She stayed in New York for a while, but she eventually decided she wanted to come to AZ with her, because she had a support system here, her family and all that. She didn't want to just go anywhere. She didn't want to go back to California, and she came out here. Then I followed. I originally I didn't plan to live here, but when I got out here, some things happened or whatever, and zap, I was like, all right, I need to make adjustments, and I needed to be here more, as often as possible. So, that's how it all went down, basically. When the boot camp, what's that? Siding Films, when the boot camp click album coming, which core strength is fire? Uh, I don't know, bro. I don't know. There's a Black Smith and Wesson album they're working on. I heard that's Black Moon and Smith and Wesson with the beat minus. So I don't know. As I stated, if somebody put up a you know, if somebody put up the right price, we will all show up to record a boot camp album. But in this blue collar rap era phase, ain't nobody's doing that. So in order to put out an album right now, you have to stop doing whatever you was doing yesterday to make money to go do this thing. Spend money, you know what I'm saying? Spend time and then wait for money months after this thing. And then dudes don't always get along. And I don't feel like as a whole we in a good place right now. So I don't know. What we got? What we got? What is it like to take? What is it? What does it take to? This is from Kaiser Castillo. What does it take to consider oneself as a true MC? Freestyling, writing, and is it fair to say even though you don't have no video or CD, but to be heard in ciphers and jails, street shelters? Yo, that's a lot of words. You need commas and stuff, bro. I'm sorry. Let me try this one more time. What does it take to consider yourself a true MC? Fucking bars, right? Not just bars about nothing. You know what I mean? You saying something. You write your own stuff. You have some sort of control over a crowd. Let me see. What's it? Freestyling, writing is fair to say. Freestyling is and rapping off of the top of the head are two different things. Freestyle doesn't mean off of the head. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. Niggas who didn't know no better modified the definition over the years. All right, enough of that question. When does Boot Camp Click album coming? I saw that one already. Uh, that's a Nocturnal album. Didn't realize Buckshot was one of the executive producers. Shit, Buckshot was one of the producers too. Let me see. Do you remember what the session was like during the Tony Touch freestyle? The whole boot camp click. Oh, that was fun. I mean, whenever the whole boot camp got together, we had a process. Like if we was all rhyming over on a song, we would there was in D&D studios where we used to do a lot of our work. We were there were two microphones set up in the booth, and there were two lines. It was a lineup. Niggas would line up at one microphone. Dudes would line up at the other microphone, and whoever and we would go back and forth. Whoever rhymed after me was on the other microphone. You
pause,
understand what I'm saying? And that was the way it goes. So I would rhyme, he would rhyme. Somebody from this line of rhyme, somebody from that line of rhyme, and it was fire. You know what I mean? I think the Tony Touch joint was a little bit different because we did that. We did it. We broke. It was more than it was multiple tracks in one tracks, and we broke the groups. You know, we broke ourselves down into multiple groups to ride every beat.
pause,
But you know, it was fly. It was dark. It was a lot of weed. It was a lot of you know, so on and so forth. Let's see. Uh, appreciate you shouting out to the whole family. Appreciate you. Shout out to the whole family. Oh, salute to you, bro. Let me see where we at. Tracy from daycare. Tracy from daycare. Where my child support? Where my child support? You steady playing on YouTube when little Daquan needs school. Oh snaps! Tracy from daycare. That genuinely. That was not a fake laugh. That was good. Uh, I don't know. You bring a little nigga to see me sometimes. How about that? Did y'all work with DJ Premier? Yeah, not on a song though. I mean, we've done radio, you know, done his radio show, things like that. That's work. But nah, we don't have any Premier production. Not your boy, anyway. You know, maybe Smith and Wesson. Like niggas got extensive catalogs, so somebody in the squad may have worked with him in that capacity at this point. Salute to Queen Shadina. Love you, baby. What's that? I fell down once. Whatever happened to hardcore? Far more than the average. Salute to baby bro hardcore. Hardcore is a grown man with muscles now, right?
pause,
And he pissed me off one time, but I have forgiven him. I need to rush. I I need to holler back at him. Like I feel like I might have like he did something I didn't appreciate, and I communicated it through Strang. Strang communicated it through to him, and one day Strang called me on the phone with him on the three-way, and you know he was beating around the bush, and I'm the type of person like if I got a problem with you to the point where I'm not talking to you, soon as we talk, the whatever the explanation, the apology need to be at the front of the conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Unless you call me and go, I'm calling, yo, I'm coming to see you to holler about the issue. And then if that's the case, when we meet up an hour later or whatever, then maybe it doesn't have to be at the front of the conversation because the phone call was the front of the conversation. Does that make sense? But that's my boy still. I love him. Hardcore, if you see this, holler at your boy. Because I don't have your number. And Strang ain't really talking to me right now. So I can't get it from him. He not talking to me, but you know, son's been mad at me for a period of time right now. Let me see. Let me see what we got. Salute to J04 for the shine down love. Jay Starks. Back in the days when we was in the cipher, we tried going off the top of the dome, but the F up and start saying written ish. I mean, it happens all the time. That's not nothing to be ashamed of. That's not a question, though. Questions. It's ugly. Reminder. This is Ugly Truth Tuesday where you can ask me anything as long as it don't get nobody arrested or indicted or interrogated. You heard? All right, so go. Just a reminder of everybody what we do here on Tuesdays. Let me see. Smith and Wesson on the D&D joint. It's not a question. Louisville the Dugout is my favorite boot camp song. Salute to you, but not a question. Um, Yo, Rock, much love from DC. This is Sear, aka Uncle Sam. Salute to you, but again, not a question. This is Ugly Truth Tuesday, people. This is where I allow you to ask any. Well, I'm not. I can't stop you from asking no question, but this is when I'm accepting all. I'm receptive to all questions. Ask me anything you want, as long as it don't get nobody indicted or investigated or arrested. Um, Cambo, Cambo, you was answering a question. What question? Refresh my memory. Go slow. Have I ever done a song with G Rap? Yes, I did. I couldn't tell you what it's called though. It was like some third party hollered at me, and you know, I think it's more than one actually. But I know one of them we kept on. It was Helter Skelter and G Rap. We kept going back and forth because none of us wasn't trying to be the corniest one on the song. So, you know, He did a song, sent us he did the song, sent it to us. We put verses on it and sent it back to him. He said, "Fuck that." He changed his verse, put a better verse on it, and sent it back to us. It was wild. I might be exaggerating it a little bit, but it was something like that. Text, what it look like? Hell, Meg. Oh, the premiere question. Okay, what was your answer? What was my favorite version of therapy? The original. Demoitis, though. That's possible. Demoitis. I didn't make up this word. Believe it or not, first person I ever heard say this word was Fat Joe. But as soon as he said it, I knew exactly what he was talking about. It's demoitis, where you make something and you fall in love with the first way you made it. You could redo it, so on and so forth, remix it and all of that. And they'd be like, "Yo, this is just a reference. We're gonna get we're gonna get such and such to redo the beat, or we're gonna add a couple of things to the beat, or we're gonna have Mary J. Blige sing the hook when your homegirl Tisha from next door sung the hook on the reference, and you like, nah, keep Tisha on there. I mean, salute to Mary J, but you know what I mean? Okay, let's see. I'm long-winded answer. I missed some questions. Hold on. What we got? Oh shit! I just now. A lot of y'all questions they come up hidden. I be assuming that they going that YouTube is hiding them because they disrespectful or they cuss words. But I clicked on one see if it was somebody I needed to block. I'm saying DJ Rob Ski. He asked me a question. Salute to you, bro. But that's something that could get somebody indicted, arrested, or investigated. At the very least, investigated. Niggas been investigated about stuff. But I was close to that. I was near it. I was around that. I was hanging around that. Gizmo Flacco, how was it on the set of the video with Frankie Cutlass featuring all those artists, Roxanne Shante, Craig G, Biz Markie? It was lovely. It was beautiful. I was just already at a stage in my life where I felt like I was better than all of the rappers who was on the song, but that didn't stop the. So I was a little bit full of myself, but at the same time, I was still in awe to a certain extent, and it was fun. Like it was fun. Like there was a little bit of acting going on. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ruck was acting like the bartenders or the bus boys cleaning up.
pause,
And we had our squad breaking the club and all that. It was dope. I liked it. Let me see. Is that Eric Ford? Eric Ford says Beat Miners is legendary. How y'all meet? Bushwick Townsville connection. Well, we met the Beat Miners through Buckshot, through Black Moon. You know what I mean? I would have never like I didn't even know I was into the streets like my hip hop knowledge ain't exquisite. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have like I wasn't the type of person who when I went and got an album, I rushed to the back and I read all of the credits and all of that to find out who the producer was. Cause all I primarily cared about was the lyrics, the raps. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who these dope. I didn't get it yet. You know what I'm saying? All I knew was that you know, the raps was running through my veins and all of that. So if
pause,
applicable, but yeah, that was my thing. But yeah, those was Buckshot's boys. You know what I'm saying? Evil D is a beat miner, and he's also the DJ in Black Moon. So it was inevitable that we met Evil D. I mean, the beat miners once we met Buckshot. Is there any unreleased Sean Price we can look forward to? Yes, I just told you we working on. Well, maybe you wasn't here, but we working on the Helter Skelter album. Vicious Jew. That's his name. That's not a disrespect to the Jewish community. Vicious Jew RJ. Let me see. Or any of the BCC dances like Farside, are they corny to East Coast? That's a good question. Yes, some of us were dancers. I was a dancer. Like I used to break dance. So breakdance, pop lock, all of that. You know what I mean? Still, Sean P. Can't say tech, can't say strang, but maybe top dog, and definitely buckshot in 5 feet. Yes, but once you set, once you locked in on hardcore as a hardcore rapper, you couldn't dance no more, nigga. Nah, that was out. It was over. Can't do it. It's in the handbook. Rock, who is your favorite old school MC from Concept Solution? I don't have a favorite. I would have to say, I would just have to go to my forefathers. Kane, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, KRS-One, and Cool G Rap, and NWA. Those are my forefathers on the east and my forefathers on the west. Salute to Comes Equipped. Thank you for your contribution. When was my first performance on stage? Actually, I've been performing on stages since I was a kid. I was in a school play in elementary school in like the third grade, another one in like the fourth grade. I played George Jefferson in a school play one time. And then I played Ed Norton in another school play. If I showed y'all a picture of who played Ralph Cramden when I played Ed Norton, hilarious. My homeboy Macho, he's Puerto Rican. He looked like Ralph Cramden as a kid. But anyway, but then I don't know when I first started doing. When was my first rap show? I know I was it 200 Gold Street? It was this spot at event for it, but it was like a talent show I did at this place in Brooklyn. And I did a show with Steel. I did a show in my high school. Steel showed up, but he got there too late. He was supposed to hold me down, but anyway, let's see. Let's see. Yo, when you gonna talk about your DCEP stories? When somebody asks, nigga. But you can't. But just be careful how you ask. I mean, there are conversations about it out. Just talk about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because the DCEP shit, like, according to my calculations, like, DCEP used to be a gang, but it's not a gang no more. Like, DCEPs have been inactive for over 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind talking about that stuff. Do you have any old school rap t-shirts? And are you aware of the value of them now? No, and not really. Don't have any. I mean, I have Helter Skelter shirts, old Duck Down shirts, and stuff like that, but I'm not quite aware of the value of them now. No. Let's see. Definitely coming up. Vicious. I'm a real Jew like you. Are you familiar with Captain Taz and the? No, I'm not vicious Jew RJ. Oh, you did mean Jew. Got you. So you a real Jew. Like, I got you. Salute. Again with the Snoop jokes. Let me see. Can you get my top 5 Brooklyn MCs? Rockness Monsta, Sean Price, uh, General Steele, Lil Fame, and Billy Danzini. Yeah. Yeah. Without being biased, who was the illest out of BCC? Come on, B. Like, what do you think? Listen, if I thought anybody rap better than me, I would rap like them instead of me. There's your answer. Somebody said, "What you done to your teeth?" You talking about the top ones or the bottom ones? They go, and I'm gummy. Like,
Pause.
I rap. I'm animated with my rah, 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 and I've always had an underbite. So, the grill is for the bottom six in the middle. My bottom six in the middle sit up higher than the ones on the sides of that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Hope that answers your question. If you're trying to be funny, then you got away with it. Because I'm not ashamed of none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I talk about all this shit. It's Ugly Truth Tuesday. Well, What was your sing? What was Amber? I'm not sure what you're asking. Well, what was your song and artist before you came into your own? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what you asked. I'm not sure how to answer that. I mean, I had a lot of songs before. I had a record deal or so on and so forth. But anyway, Concept Solution Services. Have you and your crew ever had rap beef with any other rappers? And have you met with Rakim? I'm gonna answer the second question. The second question first. Yes, I met with Rakim, and yes, me and my crew have had rap beef with other with another crew. But rap beef turned into street beef pretty quickly, and that's why I'm always. If you watch my vlogs, if you become a fan of this channel and all of that, and you really, if you're not new here, or if you are new and you continue to come here, you will
Pause.
notice that I always speak out against rap beefs because the first time I was in a rap beef, that shit got physical expeditiously. It turned into a street beef. You know what I'm saying? And we were by it like in multiple ways. So that's why I always evolve. I always advise against it. Even though I feel like this shit is it's quite entertaining. You know what I mean? Marion bundle. I don't know what you said, but I don't know what that means, but I think I'm gonna block you for it. Get your ass out of here. Let me see. Do I feel that who's this by? Mike such and such a Mike Mike Soro Chuck. Do I feel like us guys were underlooked in the industry? Yeah, I mean underlooked or overlooked. It's funny how underlooked probably means the exact same thing as overlooked. But yeah, yes. Let me see. Was y'all cool? Eric Ford. Was we cool with the Bush Babies, Dreadnoughts, Dead Poet Society? I'll speak for myself. If I'm speaking for we, I would say yes. If I'm speaking for myself, I would definitely say cool with the Bush Babies. The Dreadnoughts, I don't remember them that well. And the Dead Poet Society, I'm probably cool with them too, but just don't know them that well. I was never a studier of hip hop. I just was into what I was into. Whatever I like, if I was a fan of it, then I know everything about it. But just for the sake of hip hop, I wasn't that guy. Somebody left us a donation. Who was that? Salute for the donation. Let me see. Hold on, I scrolled too fast. I scrolled too fast. Right, I'm gonna get to these last. Well, I guess we could stay a little longer. Y'all active right now. I ain't gonna cut y'all. I ain't gonna cut y'all legs. Let me
Pause.
see. What about a documentary? It's coming.
Pause.
Let me see. What did I miss? What did I miss? Erica Ford. Group home stories? I wasn't never in no group home. Nah, I'm messing with you. Are you talking about the rap group home? I feel like Premier gave the group home the best beats he made ever. But yeah, we used to see them often. They was cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any standout stories. Like we ain't we're not I don't think we really have no songs together or we ain't do no dirt. We ain't chase no girls or nothing together. But they were just dudes we saw on a regular and it was always love. Tim Randall says, "My name is Redface. What's all that blue for, homie? Are you serious? What you expecting my answer to be? The blue is for because it's a goddamn clothes, b. I like the match. So let me ask you this: if I had on a blue hat, if this was the only thing I had on blue, and everything else was black or I don't know orange or something, would that be cool with you? If so, then who taught you how to dress? Anyway, Salute to you. Uh, what was one of my craziest stories at the tunnel? I don't have that many crazy stories at the tunnel. You know, like I never had a fight in the tunnel. You know, I just I had an almost fight in the tunnel. It's not, I mean, I told that story on the Don't Quote Me podcast. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had an almost fight. I didn't want to fight. The odds was against it was against Biggie's homeboys. They had numbers, all of that. I kind of saw a loss in my future that night, but that it wasn't that crazy. It's not crazy. It's expected when people have issues and they run into each other. If no actual violence happens, then that's not really much to talk about. Sean Price's top five hilarious. My man says someone from his building in Brooklyn that we don't know is on his list. LOL. Do you know who he was referring to? Huh? All right, let me read it again, just so I don't sound stupid. Sean Price top five was hilarious. My man says someone from his building in Brooklyn that we don't know is on his list. Do I know who he's referring to? No, I don't, sir. Concept Solution said, "Why you looking at that man mouth?" Whoever that was that asked that. You know what I'm saying? This is the risk you run when you ask certain questions. I might answer them, then somebody else might cut your ass.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? Salute Rockness, who is someone you would make an album with that you never worked with before? That I never worked with before? Graph. I would say, yeah, Graph. I would have to work hard too, cause some rap real good. Let me see. What crews BCC for? None. If you could make it, if you could make it happen, can we get another track with you and Corrupt As? And definitely would like to see you with Rakim, Master Killer, and one with MOP on track two. Can definitely look forward to MOP and Rockness. Salute to Keys. It was the Kaiser Castillo. Definitely look for some MOP work. Um, if I can get Rakim, I will. Corrupt and Daz are a little bit tricky. You know what I mean? But I'm with all of that. I'm with all that. Tax, salute to you. John Forte, rest in peace, had a wild backstory. I'm sure you're familiar. Ever worked with him? I worked with John Forte one time, but we didn't both rap on the song. There's a song that exists with Helter Skelter, Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler, and DV Alias Christ or General DV. Yeah. So Christ is on the hook, me and Ruck rhyme. But if I remember correctly, John Forte put the song together. Like he A&R'd the song. Like he produced the song. He got everybody in there. He worked on the beat, this, that, and the third. One my favorite thing about that song ain't none of us rapping on it. It was right. The song is a Transformer song, right? Like it's the hook has the melody of the Transform and the Transformers more than meets the eyes. The hook is in that melody. You know what I'm saying? This is something right, the Cypher Blowers. I didn't like the Cypher Blowers.
Pause.
Cypher Blowers, I hated it, right? But the rest of blows and kills your vibe. I don't remember all the words, right? But there was there was Forte was trying to he was trying to it was either him or he had somebody on the keyboard and they were trying to play the melody for the many will try to even through the Decepticon. You know that? But it was trying to play it on the high notes on the piano or whatever, and he couldn't get the note that he was looking for. Couldn't get the note he was looking for, but he there was but
Pause.
there was this young lady in the studio that night. I don't remember what her name is. It might have been Jenny Fujita. Think that could have been her name. I could be dead wrong, so I apologize if it wasn't her and it was somebody else I'm giving your credit to. But anyway, he had her sing the notes that he was trying to get the piano to play. The pianist to play. He literally just got her in the booth to go, but the way higher than my voice can get. You know what I'm saying? And I was blown away by that.
pause,
Word up. Never forget that. Let's see. Let me see. What out of all your albums you've been a part of is my what out of all of my albums I've been part of is my favorite? I don't know. I mean, it's got to be. It's hard. I don't know,
pause,
B. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I feel like I was the best lyrically on Dirt out of the Helter Skelter albums. You know what I'm saying? But Nocturnal was the most legendary. It was probably the most fun making that one. It was fun making Magnum Force too, because we brung all our homeboys that didn't make it into boot camp. We brung them on we brung them to Magnum Force, and that was like a big fucking party and all of that. So I don't know. My solo albums I feel like are my best lyrical work. Dirt and my two solo albums are my best lyrical accomplishments, but it wasn't that fun making them. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, Rockness AP was that was I made that album in mourning. It's the whole dedicated to Sean P. Like I never cried so much in my, while recording. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's hard.
pause,
I said we was only going to to a half hour, but y'all started asking better questions, so we're gonna go to an hour. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Rob Marine, and thank you for your contribution. Longtime BCC follower, out of bed style. I have like 30 questions regarding everything. What would be the best way to connect and payment? No social media BS, just questions from a fan to an artist like you. Listen, man, like you, I don't do like personal one-on-one ugly truth Tuesdays. So I mean, I guess you could just show up every Tuesday. I mean, we got 18 more minutes here, 17 more minutes here. If you want to pay, then just keep asking questions with your donations. But your 19.99 donation will suffice. You can ask all the questions you want. If I'm being honest, I'm saying you can that's what I'm here for today. So you know, appreciate you though. Appreciate it. Thank you. Eric Ford, you hit 139 in Linux, Big L. Y'all, what kind of question is that? What's the question, sir? You hit 139 in Linux, Big L? Question mark. Y'all DI. Anyway, I did used to up there. So I used to live in Harlem for a few months. Let me see. Do I have any fun or wild East New York memories? Too many. I was born in East New York. I'm a Brownsville nigga, but when I was born, my mother lived on Georgia Avenue. I was in on Sackman Street in Brownsville by the time I was 4 months old, but too many. I mean, like we got all kind of fight stories, niggas getting chased and it's wild. Let me see. Can I think of one? I mean, one time I had a fight with a dude in East New. No, never mind. That's that. Well, it was a fight. I had a fight with a dude over a water fight in East New York. I was in the crib, and everybody was outside playing with water. Niggas had water guns, water balloons, all of this. And all of the screaming and yelling and when you hear that, screaming just got different. Shit got aggressive and terrifying. You could tell something was wrong. I got up. I wasn't even out there. I was in the bed. I had to get up and I had to put pants on. I ain't even had no drawers. I swear I had drawers on. I put pants on with no drawers. I never do that. I had to go out there, and there was some dude out there who hit one of the girls on the block. You know what I'm saying? One of the girls over some water shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got violent. Oh, and yeah, I jumped on him. You know what I'm saying? I put hands and feet on him. He fought back. Actually, my man, salute to my man Anti. He jumped in. We both put pool paps on him and all of that. But yeah, it was what it was. He was a tough customer. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go down easy. You know what I
pause,
mean? Yeah. The no draws part is what makes it funny. Other than that, that's just hood shit. Anyway, let me see. Fushnikins, what about the Fushnikins? Salute to Chip Fu. He won a verse for me, and I'm dreading the workload.
pause,
On some real because I'm gonna have to work really hard. Sun goes crazy. Bless up from Jamaica. Any ugly truth surface through any mushroom trips? Salute to Kevin Cooper. Um, any ugly truths through the mushroom trips? Nah. Some beautiful truths, no ugly ones. I can't even think of them now. I just know I've enjoyed all of my experiences. I mean, well, that's not true. I have had mushroom trips that kind of expedited my morning, and I don't mean my daytime morning. I mean my morning. Like I was going through. I lost a homeboy, and it's like all of the emotions were stuck in a place, and I did mushrooms, and they got unstuck. You know what I mean?
pause,
Uh, was we cool with Children of the Corn? Children? You mean Cameron and them? I don't think we had no relationship with them, but I think we was cool with Cam. Was Big L in that too? But again, I'm not a hip hop historian. I don't know none of it. I dare you to tell me I'm not hip hop though, right? But yeah, but I had good relationships with not a good solid, not we really knew each other, but we niggas was cool. Like I said, when I used to live in Harlem, I used to see Big L. First of First of all, just to make sure I'm not talking stupid, or talking out of turn, who are the members in Children of the Corn? I'm gonna go to the next question right quick. Um, was watching How Many MCs Black Moon video the other day, and in the beginning I saw you standing in the front building. Y'all look like some wild boys at the time. Did y'all start on Nocturnal? I'm laughing right now because soon as you was telling the story, you saw me standing in the front of the building. I was thinking about how terribly I was dressed. My I'm a matchy ass nigga. You see me dress everything match with everything matches with everything. The hat rhymes with the jacket, rhymes with the sneakers, whatever, right? I didn't have it that I didn't have I didn't always have my way. You understand what I'm saying? And this was in that era. This was in the bummy jab era. Yeah, but had we started Nocturnal yet? No, we hadn't. Nah, Smith and Wesson hadn't even started the shining yet. Comes equipped. Thank you for your contribution. Was there a song where Ruck and Rock unanimously agreed to be your best work ever? No. Nah, there wasn't. I don't think we've ever said that. I mean, because we were so dope. I mean, pardon me for, what I'm saying, sweating myself and all of that, but it was just like, you couldn't tell us shit about none of our songs. Like, I mean, there was a song that we unanimously agreed was our worst work ever, and we had the engineer delete that shit. Niggas was like, you sure we don't want you just mute you just put it to the stash, you can work. Delete that shit. Yeah. Every time I think about like every once in a while before like me and Ruck before Ruck left, I would have these conversations. We would be talking about whatever we talk about, and something would come up, and I would think about the song. I would reference the song. Like, you remember that song, right? And Ruck would be like, yeah, I remember. I'm like, you remember it for real, for real? He'd be like, yeah, I remember. And I go, how I go? And he'd go, that's all he needed to do. I'm like, yep, that's it. Never again, B. They go, that's it. That's it. Where's OGC these days? They chilling. I'm saying they in America. They working separately though. You know what I'm saying? They all three of them live in different states, so it's hard for you to get some
pause,
OGC work like that. Can we bring back the guest sweaters? That's not up to me, sir. Guest sweaters from Dr. J's Fulton Street. Listen, Dr. J's ain't on Fulton Street. You gotta talk to them. I mean, it ain't there no more. Ever meet Big? Yes, I did. Son was a dope dude. He's a good dude. He was real cool. And he used to write on paper too. So just going psycho. Any memories of that track? No, not really, except for the fact that I wrote my verse to J. Rue the Damager, Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. I wrote a few. Hold on a second. Let me think. Mm, another nigga bluffing. Punk with this shit. Fucking this muffin. The mom dudes baked up bread. So my timberlands make everyone from your camp. So thank you. Funky hands to the red. Toe to toe with blow for blow. We can square. Yeah, my brass knuckles making these sparkle. Watch you. I lay my niggas out on these nights. And who knows what you. You know, bigger than that. But you can keep moving forward. Be so fast. You gon' pass it. You can get your ass kicked or your ass with. Matter of fact, that was "Let the Brains Blow." I wrote to no, I wrote a couple of beats to that. That I was just now spitting the second verse to "Let the Brains Blow." I
pause,
wrote that to J. Rule's "Dirty Rotten Scoundrel." Right, that is "Dirty Rotten Scoundrel," right? But one of the verses, how my verses go on what's that shit? Soldiers Going Psycho. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. J. Rue, "Dirty Rotten Scoundrels." Let's hear it. Let me see. Let me see. Listen. All right, so y'all remember that beat? I wrote a few of the rhymes on Nocturnal off of that beat. And one of them was the second verse too, "Let the Brains Blow," or my second verse. And what's my verse? How my verse go on? The Soldiers Going Psycho. This is funny. "Helter Skelter, Soldiers Gone." I know I spelt it all stupid when I was doing it. Soldiers, soldier, like soul as in spirit, and jazz and what the Jamaicans call God. I know I probably did something stupid like that. Let's see. YouTube music. Let's hear it. Better written faggots, no better than no test me. See, yeah. Apologies to the LGBTQ. Y'all know that's not what we meant when we said that word back then. But I'm just saying, just doing the work. But yeah, I wrote that. Better written faggots, no better than no test me. See, y'all get nasty. Man, listen. Another nigga bluffing. Punk discussion when you see me get the snuffing. This sweet as muff. The second verse to Soldiers Going Go to, I wrote. Yeah. Man, listen. Another nigga bluffing. I'm tripping. I was just now quoting the "Let the Brains Blow" verse again. But yeah, one of these verses on this song and that. So yeah, that's all I got. So don't ask me no more of them questions right there. They take me on these journeys that take too long. We have 54 minutes. We getting out of here in a couple of minutes. Anyway, let's see. I probably missed 20 questions fucking with that shit. Hold on a second. So who's going to cycle? Any memories of that track? Ike Eyes is on Ruck's top five. Salute to Ike Eyes, the homie. Dominion helped to scale the worldwide tours. What was the consideration towards the Foreigners MCs K? Foreigners? Is that a rap group? I don't know. I'm confused. Next question. Because if we on a world tour, we are the Foreigners, right? Anyway, would you will you do a help skelter with Sean Price. I'm sure he has a say. That's wild right there. Anyway, AI Sean Price? Nah, not really. Are you going to embrace AI in my creative process, my creativity process? I might. I mean, I don't need it to write no raps for me, but I might need it to do to do a hook, a fire hook or something like that. I might want it to have a old '60s sound. I don't know. Let me see. R.I.P. John Forte and Sean Price, of course. Who's one of my current favorites on the West Coast? I would have to go with Filthy Rich. I don't know. I mean, my current favorite. I don't know a lot of the West Coast artists right now, the current ones, but it's a few like from yesteryear. From vintage classics. Love the Alcoholics. Love the Dog Pound. I still love all of those dudes. You know what I mean? I like Kendrick. So you have that. What's my son name? Planet Asia. That's my guy. Smoother Hustler, Trigger the Gambler. Smoother Hustler and Trigger. So damn much respect. What up with them dudes? They working concepts. Let's see what we got. Helter Skelter with AI Sean Price. What we need. It's not what we need. You a real one, Rock. Salute. Keep doing your thing, man. Salute to you. How do I record? Do you have a studio at home or go to one? I mean, I do have a studio here, at my crib, but it's not a studio. I have recording capabilities. I don't use them no more though. I don't. It's not what I prefer to do. You know what I mean? I haven't used it in years. Probably don't even work no more. The programs are probably outdated. But yeah, I go to a studio. It's my man crib who has a studio in the crib. Why Smooth the Hustler wasn't named in 50? And I don't know. You gotta ask me about stuff I know about, not stuff that I did, not stuff that decisions somebody else made. Salute to LA. Salute to you, Caesar Beltran or Cesar Beltran. During your first European tour with Sean, what was the consideration towards foreigners? I'll get back here. Let's see, spit something for live. Let us hear something. No, it's not a question. And we almost out of here in 2 minutes. Um, if we could be so blessed to get a solo project from the one Rockness Monster, spell monster wrong, in 2026 with one producer, who would it be and why? Well, you can't. I mean, maybe you can. Depends on how fast I write. Um, because I'm already working on multiple projects, and none of them are with one producer. Not Rockness Monster. Not the Rockness Monster projects. But I don't know. I would like to do a project with Ninth Wonder, just Rockness Monster. I like the way they work. I saw them work with Sean Price, and I saw them. I say them because Knife has a team. I saw them work with Sean Price, and I saw them working with Smith and Wesson, and I liked it. I'm saying I like the detail that they pay. You know what I mean, and their input. But yeah, I don't got all day, so I ain't gonna try to name no more. Erica Ford, Cash App. What's the Cash App? This is Monster Nation. No, it's Monster Nation. Dollar sign is Monster Nation. Sutter Ave in the house. Salute the Shogun. Shogun Nate. Erica, your peoples know me in Linden. I hope they like me. You in BK now? Long Island representative in the house? Nah, I'm in Arizona right now. I'll be out there soon. What was it like filming the Body the Beat video with Rusty Jukes and R-Ray the Rugged Man? Oh shit, I forgot about that video. I think that might be the only. I don't know. It was fun. It was fun. I had fun on that video. Yeah. Scar, what's the word? DJ M, what's that? DJ Mischief? DJ E Mischief? What you saying? Anyway, I'm not answering that. Have I worked with Artifacts, Redman, or Lord of the Underground? Redman, yes. I've performed with Lords of the Underground. I don't know if I've ever been on a song with any of them. I haven't worked with them directly. Artifacts, possibly, but not directly. Sear Pro Music. When was the last time I performed in DC? Can you be booked too? If so, how? Yes, I can be. Yes, well, it's been a long time. It's probably since like 2011, something like that. Last time I performed in DC. Yes, I can be. Yes, I can be. I can be booked. Send me a DM or send me an email. I'm always patrolling my DMs, so that's the quickest way to get the message to me. I'm on IG Rockness BCC. But a, if you send an email, then the people who handle that kind of stuff, they get to it first, so it gets your ball rolling quicker.
pause,
Let me see. Let's see. Yes, y'all. Fab Five help the skill to be the best, y'all. That is not a question, but salute to you. Um, Let me see. Let's see. How long did it take you to record Nocturnal? I don't remember, bro. Few months. Talking about the 1900s. Oh, here's the answer to that. Bloodshed, Cameron, Mace, McGruff, and Big L. Yeah, we was cool with Big L. I tell you, I used to see Big L all the time. Cool with Cam. Like, I met him a couple of times. I don't know the other dudes. I mean, McGruff, I believe I might have met at some point. You know, I remember Bro brought the tape. Nocturnal, I brought OGC and the group home, yo. Crazy, nice to see you. Children of the corn. How I get all the way up here? Mismatch shit. Freestyle 8 bars for the live before you end it. No. Chop it up with everyone on here. Let me see. Do a track with Busta Rhymes. Yo, I did a couple of tracks with Busta Rhymes. He ain't put them. Well, I did one. Yeah, two. I was supposed to be that big BK. That what's that? The, I'm not sure what the big Brooklyn record with BK Gutter. Smith and Wesson, Black Moon, and I mean the Buckshot and Papoose and MOP and all. I was on that. I gave him a verse. I don't know what happened with it. Let me see. Monsters Ball is the best Halloween themed rap song of all time. Thank you, Tex. Appreciate you. Let me see something. Oh, it's pleasure to be here seeing new Snoper Dougie rapper. Damn. I have a I have a hunch that whatever you were trying to stop. I mean, I have a hunch that whatever you were trying to type, you typed it wrong. So if it was supposed to be funny, it's not now. You know what I mean? Or Creex. How's the work? Creex, how's the work going with your new rap group? Bum DMC. I'm here all night, folks. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm about to be out. I'm gonna read this last question from my bro, Textiles DSP. What rapper would we be surprised to find out fans out over Rockness? I don't know, bro. Niggas like my raps. I wouldn't be surprised if nobody fans out over me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be saying some shit. Like, I'm the dude who said Reincarnate your ass when them Rugers Michael J. Fox clap your stupid ass back to the future. You ahead of your time, huh? Bruh. What music am I last one, Chrome Hearts. What music am I listening to nowadays? Artists from the 90s who put out new albums. I'm trying to catch up with all of them. Because a lot of albums from 90s artists came out that I didn't listen to. So I'm currently trying to catch up, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm way behind and all of that. But, a lot of all of this new, all of this new hip hop, some of it's cool, but the majority of it,
I don't like it.
with that, I'm out. Rock on, rock on. If you made it this far, let me get four. Let me get 4 thumbs up,
Pause.
if applicable. If you filthy in the mind.